Hi darlings, my name is Nesty and today I will guide you through the backstage process behind the documentary of Here to Create series by See Today about DJ Kara. So it's quite obvious that it's about creation, but the idea behind this is not only showing and representing how people creating, but explaining the meaning behind it. See Today also means really similar stuff because C stands for creativity and it means create today, or again here to create basically. So it's just all the way around paraphrasing of our main idea behind everything that we're doing as a company, which is basically about trying to make something unique, outstanding, and make our own living out of what we love to do the most and possibly change the industry. What was the main biggest idea behind the documentary and Here to Create? Here to Create is a series of documentaries which right now specifically are about music industry related people, but in the future it's gonna expand to other artistic niches. And the idea is pretty simple, that right now with social medias we're not able to actually delve into the context of the artists, and everything is so fast paced, and basically we have only like certain branding behind those creatives and associations targeted to them, and we cannot really get in depth into what is actually matters and important to those creatives. And it's the most important, and also to simply inspire creatives and show to them the emotional aspect. And the Here to Create is not documentaries in the traditional format how documentary is supposed to be. It's a creative documentary that focusing on the emotional aspects, and from the creative and visual language represent all the emotional struggles and different things, and also emphasize on them. And Kara, for example, stuck a bit in the frames of her being known and associated with the hip-hop and being DJ related only to hip-hop, when she from the really youngest age was connected to different genres, and actually her core of identity as a DJ. But Here to Create is supposed to be this creative videos, documentaries where creative himself able to come, set the frames, tells a story, tell what exactly they want to tell, how they want to tell, and basically bring it to other creatives to actually see, to get inspired to see this visual representation of someone's path, of someone whom they might know or someone who they can find out about, and not only get inspired, but to also maybe possibly create something their own. What inspired our visuals? The main inspiration was coming from the ID fashion channel. There we've seen how creative documentaries can be, and what is the different ways how to tell the stories of creatives, and especially from the interview format, so that documentary can be done in the interview way and interview can be represented in different ways. In most of the sets I worked as director and especially cinematographer, so my creative language and in general all my related to cinematography vision begins and comes to me from Euphoria, and especially not Sam Levinson work but Marcel, and specifically his camera moves, the lights and everything. So Sam Levinson just made the image really exaggerated and colorful. Rev Marcel would work on the depth and on integrating small elements into to highlight the background or some specific for story related important element. Also, my favorite Mexican band Girls, and production of all their music clips is done in specific style. And for example, in the last scene you can see our recreation of their music clip called Drugs, and in like part of the documentary you can a bit sense this like rapidly changing frames together with like lightening, saturation and all of this, which did affected us a lot. So yeah, I would say this was the main inspirations. What is the context behind the last scene? Who are those people? How are they connected to narrative? Why them?
We took a specific approach when it comes to hiring the extras and directing the music video of Kara. We wanted to be very inclusive with the characters that we showcase in the documentary, specifically people with diverse body types, diverse nationalities, and diverse style, ranging from the tamest people who were just interested in wearing something that feels comfortable to the most extravagant personas that you can find around you. And we really wanted to showcase that inclusivity because it's what Kara's set wants to represent. It's that music is for everyone and it should not be limited to people of a specific gender or specific nationality. And when it comes to the extras, we also wanted to represent a different range of emotions such as joy, freedom, and anything deep that comes inside of a person's artistic soul.
What is your favorite element of the documentary? And what is your favorite thing that you contributed to the documentary itself?
I would say my favorite element of the documentary is definitely the last scene where we invite the extras, the different models, and we try to recreate the scene of Kara basically DJing in a wide studio. And my favorite element that I contributed to would be definitely the dark scene that's filmed next to Newshorn with super nice light, colorful lighting. I feel like those scenes have really nice depth to it.
What was the most difficult element of production for this documentary? And I would definitely say that it was Scene 6, because just of the amount of people we had on the set that we had to film one day, and with the fact that we need to arrange somehow the production that we're filming everyone by themselves all together, also integrating Kara there, making the lights, also taking pictures so we can do like different type of content, not only documentary related. From this, we basically did everything ourselves, starting from the stylization, makeup. When people got on the set, they did brought their own clothes based on our preferences that we sent to them in advance, but it was still such a chaos. Then on the set, I had to work as a person who is choosing the outfits for everyone, and on top of them, like kind of give the guidelines of what the makeup's supposed to look like. But have to admit that it was one of the brightest moments, and I'm super happy about that. Why did we choose Kara? I attended a lot of her events. I followed her through Instagram and I've met her a lot of times as a person that I remember. As soon as the girls proposed her, I already felt pretty thrilled and driven just by the idea to work with her, because I've heard so many times about her. I did school-related different productions that was also about DJing, music industry and all the stuff, and her name was already even bringing there, even though we were doing something about completely different. I'm really happy for the fact that we chose Kara. And when we were discussing the idea with Kara of what we're gonna do with the documentary and all of this, she mentioned that she wants to get out of the label of the hip-hop artist, and with this documentary we tried to avoid this hip-hop label as much as possible and actually represent him from totally different backgrounds and integrate even more the hyperpop and other genres that she gives in her sets, which wins the documentary as a sound design. And even like in this part of the documentary we think through her personality and what she actually stands for.